Good evening, my viewers, and welcome back to yet another episode in Marriage Unscripted by me, Wairimu, Gashoya. Now, on today's topic, we're still deducing the word submission, and we're just here to understand, is it control, is it love held back, or is it just a word as it is written even in the Bible and the today's life? Now, on set today, we have a guest that is really advanced in the setup of marriage, and so akona wisdom enye it's required to take us through into the understanding of the submission. Mr. Mungai, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Marriage Unscripted.
Thank you
For honoring our invite. So please look at that particular camera and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Right. Good evening, viewers. My name is Gabriel Mungai, a born-again Christian who fellowships in Deliverance Church Life Celebration Center, but a man who is married to one wife, Russo Mwaura Wangari, or Russo Wangari Mwaura, and we have been married for the last 41 years. 41 years. We'll be 41 years in July, and blessed with 3 children and 2 grandchildren. Awesome. So thank you very much for inviting me to this episode of Marriage Unscripted. I'm grateful to be part of this.
Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
Karibu. So the word submission. Please take us into the understanding of the word submission.
I think I'll make use of my experience in the life of marriage, because I think to me, submission is an intentional and calculated way of taking over responsibilities for husbands or wives to ensure that the marriage works. Submission really to me means allowing someone to occupy his or her space without necessarily domineering or influence negatively.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a negative aspect of it that can be brought in between.
Yes, a negative aspect to be that one where you are predetermined about the results.
Mm-hmm.
So you are pushing somebody to reflect what you intend.
Okay.
But I think submission is where you allow people, or a wife or a husband, to fully, intentionally, willingly submit to you.
Okay.
Or agree to your work, agree to your leadership, agree to your partnership and relationship, willingly, without necessarily influencing it negatively. Allowing somebody just to come from deep within himself or herself.
Intentional.
Yes, intentional.
The word intentional.
Intentional,
is
submitting to authority. Yes.
My question will be: can we have submission? Can we have submission with disrespect? Can you endure submission and still being disrespected?
I think it will be very difficult to submit where you are disrespected, because submission we have talked about, we have defined it as and something intentional and willingly, which means it comes from deep inside you. If you are not satisfied, if there is some form of disrespect, either from the parties, for sure submission will not be complete.
Okay.
And because I know there is what we may refer to as truthful submission or falsified submission. You are submitting not because you're willing, but because the environment and the situation surrounding you force you to submit. So there can be submission with a lot of disrespect.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So basically, what I understand with the forceful one, it's an example of the government and we. When we are paying the taxes, it's not because we want them to per se, but we submit because we have been forcefully told that it is going to have an implication if we do not.
Yes.
But now coming to the marriage perspective, it's going to be hard. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because One partner may be issuing conditions
Okay.
that, just like the example that you have given of the government,
Mm-hmm.
there's no room for negotiation. It's a law. It's a law that citizens must pay
the taxes.
taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with a idea that it will also help you. It will also help us in alleviating our burdens in terms of school fees and all that.
Yeah, sure.
So that's like a sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing can happen in marriage, where it's like you are forced to submit because there's an attachment behind it that A, B, C, D will happen. That's a forceful or a falsified submission. You are submitting because it's something that you're expecting, as promised by the promiser.
But now let's go back to the promiser. What are the requirements for submission?
One thing that I've come to realize over the 41 years that I've been married is that submission is not one way. It's a two-way thing.
Take us through, kindly.
It is a two-way thing.
Okay.
Although maybe more responsibility is placed on the wife,
sure,
biblically, to submit to the husband, but it's a two-way thing. And it's difficult to submit to somebody if you're not in good relationship, if you're not in good terms. The right environment must be there for one to submit. And I don't think it's possible to submit when the relationship is when it is not working. So for you to enjoy submission, you need to work to make sure that it is succeeds.
The relationship is working.
It is working. And one way will be let the environment be light for each one of us, of you, if it's a question of partners. And you see, there is also an element of children.
Okay.
Children will never respect, they will never submit to you if the environment is not good. That's why there is a heavier responsibility on the man or the husband to ensure that the family setup is conducive for submission.
Okay.
At the same time, the husband must also submit to the wife. Submission, we have said, it's honoring somebody's position, honoring somebody's responsibility,
and
intentionally, somebody's leadership, because there are areas in our homes where purely they are led by wives. And I think I've noted that.
Yeah.
You may desire to have a certain meal for supper.
Chapati.
Yes, chapati maybe. And of course, you have no capacity to do that.
Haujui kukanda unga.
Haujui hata kidogo.
Hata hujui kama ni maji naanzaga ama ni unga.
It is true. So along that line, there's somebody who heads that particular area.
Yeah.
It is you to submit. And submission, because we have said, it requires a lot of respect. If, for example, that chapati is made, and maybe it is not the way you wanted it to be, there is a good and maybe acceptable way of communicating the same for submission to be effective. Okay. So I've said it is true, children can submit to their parents, one parent can submit to the other, wife to husband, husband to wife, and the other way around. Because for a healthy relationship, that recognition of leadership, recognition of authority, it is key.
It is important.
It is important. Children have their role also.
Okay.
And you need to understand them, and you need to sometimes to submit to their request.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are whole circumference of submission.
It is true. That is like a whole, talk about the experience that I've seen.
Yes, the 41 years.
Yes.
Which we are going to bank that. We'll take it to the bank.
Right.
So, having said that, do you think that the today's societal expectation distorts the word or the term submission?
I think basically, if you look at maybe different backgrounds from where we came from, different cultures and all that, I think submission is being misused.
Oh.
It's being misused, it's being misinterpreted, because others look at it as a way of having dominion, dominating on one another. Well, of course, based on where we came from. The way I look at it may not necessarily be the way my father looked at it.
Sure.
The way I also look at it may not necessarily be the way my sons are looking at it. They are looking at it. Of course, when we engage, when they are around and we sit down together and we engage, I realize their perspective is a bit different from mine. Theirs, I think there's a lot of room for guesswork and room for trying to fit in small mistakes here and there. But ours was almost one direction. Where you respect your wife and she respects you, and we maintain boundaries. But in the case of the young people,
know your position. I know my position. Safari kwa rahisi.
Yes, nakuwa rahisi. Lakini now they can touch on everything. They can do everything. There are things that, because of our background, we cannot do. It's very easy for me, even those days when I have young children, to feed them. I'll just hold my child and feed. But beyond whatever happens to that food that goes into the system,
whatever the outcome is,
the outcome of that, it will not be my responsibility. It is not your business at all. But today, it can also extend to either. So that is the new setup, and I think we need to, and I think we need to accept that. When they are around, don't tell them you cannot do it.
You're a man.
Yes.
You shouldn't.
Yes. Yeah, I think we should not do that.
Okay.
Allow theirs to flourish, so long as there is genuine friendship, there is genuine love, there is genuine submission.
Okay. Good one. So there is a distortion of it.
Yes.
So what are the biblical teachings shape understanding of the marriage role?
Marriage?
The faith and the biblical teachings. How do they shape?
Of course, when it comes to biblical elements of submission, there is a very clear benchmark that we are told that, I think it's in Ephesians, that we should love each other, just like Christ
did it.
Loved the church. And a man and a husband should submit to each other. You see, when we are told to love each other just like the way Christ loved the church, that's a very high benchmark. It's really up there. And if we follow that, of course, it tells you that our submission will be based on nothing else except love for each other. Because it's difficult for you to submit to somebody that you don't love. And because Christ loved the church unconditionally. So we are taught to love each other the way
Christ did it.
Loved the church.
Yes.
Unconditional love. Love that we call it sacrificial love.
Yes.
Love that it doesn't question anything. You just love and love without looking back and without referring to anything else. So that is the biblical way. And I think that's why we are told that we strive to be transformed into Christ almost on a daily basis, so that we move towards that. That's the benchmark. If you're able to achieve that, then I think marriages and relationships will be very healthy.
I like what I hear a word being repeated over. It's a series of the topic of submission. We are on a series on it, and from all the guests that we've had, the same thing has been repeated over, that you cannot submit without love. So, and now that you've brought the perspective of Christ, I understand now that even Christ was able to submit because of love. So again, love is a key thing there.
Yes.
So in a setup where the submission looks like or has been put like to more like a control, how do you come out of it? Like, where do we put it down and say, now this is control, this is not submission.
Yeah.
You're not calling me to submit to you. You're now controlling me.
Yeah.
How do you get to that part?
So if you look at the commencement of every relationship, particularly when people are courting, there's a lot of submission.
Yeah.
And people will always very easily say, we agree that we meet at 10, you came at 10:30, I'm sorry. The word sorry during courting it flows very freely.
It is easily thrown.
Very easily thrown. And I have a feeling that because I was also in it used to come from deep inside you.
Okay.
You don't want to hurt somebody that you love. So you always say sorry and allow adjustments and all that. But today, as more in marriages, submission or accepting leadership and authority and even accepting mistakes has been demystified to be a point of weakness. I don't know, as you live together, I think you now tend to understand each other. You also know the limitations and the weaknesses of each other.
True.
And if you're not very careful, you'll be able to link the disagreement on those weaknesses. So you spend a lot of your time trying to address corrections. And because you are correcting simply because a mistake has already been made, it doesn't create a healthy relationship. You need to continue the way you were when you are courting. You knew that if I tell you I was raped because I was doing ABC, I used to accept it very easily. The same should continue. Accepting one's weaknesses and never focusing on that. Once somebody apologizes or give you a sorry, receive it the way it is.
But now what about if the sorry is being misused?
I
have a little son who will always tell you, Mom, I'm sorry. It was by mistake. Yet ni kitu yenye alikuwa ameifanya jana na juzi na the other day before that. So how do you handle when the story is now sounding like a cliche?
I think experience is something important in life.
All right.
Because like now at my age, if there is a mention of the word sorry, I can always tell whether it is escapism.
Which sorry is lame?
Which sorry it is. Because anytime you hear, I'm sorry, but, of course, that negates everything else. There's no sorry.
Yeah, because anytime you put but, you justify.
Yes. Or it's something like throwing it back to you.
I'm sorry, but
But that one tells
you should accept it.
You should.
You should accept me the way I am.
You also know that I woke up late because maybe somebody did not do what he was supposed to do. That one is not a genuine.
It lacks sincerity.
Yes. So we should be very careful not to allow excuses also to replace truthfulness.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to be very careful about that. And that one, I think, as you continue staying together, it really comes out very clearly. You'll be able to tell this one is not shida. But then, when you also realize that, we also need to look at it and address it in a way that is not going to enhance the problem.
It's going to divert the problem, but also
problem that is already
the
there.
Issues at hand.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to take a cup of water and then we shall be back to understand more between control and submission. Thank you.
Truth TV, empowering you.
Homologio King's Academy of Deliverance Church Nakuru, where dreams take root and young minds flourish. We are more than a school. We're a nurturing community that believes in every child's potential. At King's Academy, we proudly offer the competence-based curriculum. We empower our students to think critically, solve problems, and embrace creativity. Our holistic approach combines academics, character development, and real-world skills. Join us on this journey of growth. Enroll your child today. Call 0724 554 819 or 0725 498 112 for more information. King's Academy, instructed to influence.
Truth TV, empowering you.
And welcome back, my viewers. Now, before we went for a break, we were talking about control and submission. And Mr. Mungai, you really mentioned that have a place that you know the genuinity of whatever is being said. If it is the apology, let it be genuine and let it also come from a place of love, understanding that this person has their weaknesses, and we will respect the fact that your weaknesses are there, but we won't dwell on it much. So if it is a correction we're making, we should correct it in love, so that it doesn't sound more like a control, but more of the submission that we've been called to do, even in the biblical term. So on the same note, give us then some practical ways. 41 years, see, Chache, 41 years of being submitted to. What are some of the practical ways of being submissive?
Right. I think your own character talks a lot.
All right.
Because if you have a character that is not really appealing, it will also be very difficult for you to receive submission. So, like I think I mentioned somewhere in the course of the discussion, it is your responsibility as a man to create an environment where people will be freely, intentionally submitting, either their wife or your children. And they can only, one of the easiest way to submit is when, of people to submit to you is when they are trying to copy you.
Okay.
If your children find something very positive, something that is appealing in you, they always copy you in terms of when they are submitting. They'll be doing things that they have seen you do. So for people to submit to you, one has to start by working on their character.
Okay.
And especially in the area of marriage, there are so many so many sensitive areas that one needs to be very careful about to allow full submission, because there can also be half submission. It's like you are submitting, awaiting.
Waiting for the red line to pass.
Waiting for the red line, saying that hata nilikuwa nagoja.
Hata nilikuwa nimeiona.
But if your character is fully Christ-like, if your character is something that can be copied, then I think people submitting you becomes very easy. And also the same to the other people. If their character is right, then it becomes very easy to submit. So one way is to work on your character. And like you have said, the other way is to understand one another. Understand one's weaknesses. Understand one's position and space. So that you don't appear like you are a classroom prefect.
It's your way or the highway.
Yes. Avoid maybe as a father in a home, avoid being the one, avoiding appearing like you are giving commandments. Commands which must be followed. appear like you're also asking for opinions. That will make it easy for the family members to submit to each other.
Because to an extent, I want to say that, not that you put it like that, you're also human. You may not know everything.
Yes.
And there's something I may know that is not easily, like the chapo story. You don't know how to make chapos, but your partner knows how to make chapos.
Yes.
So it's either you submit and accept that I make them.
Yeah.
Ama uende Google ikusaidie kukanda hiyo unga, which will not come out the way you want.
You see, the other issue, now that you mentioned about that, listening to other people's and respecting their speeds and opinions, there's a tendency for many of us, and I've learned this one over that time I've been married, that we allocate ourselves as men the responsibility of planning and initiating activities and initiatives that to be beneficial to the family. Even coming up with business proposals, what needs to be done. You sit down somewhere as a man, come up, craft something, then give it to the family members to buy it. And especially when you have elder children.
Elder children.
Mature children like I do. Without allowing them, without listening to their opinions. When things fail, you are left alone.
Si ilikuwa project yako?
Ilikuwa project yako.
Now that you didn't do your homework well, who do you have to blame?
And I've realized when you give the other people opportunity to propose and suggest, those chances of their success are higher.
Because there's an inclusivity.
There's inclusivity. And we're also tapping on the potential and the capacities of what God has already provided for you within the home.
Correct.
We have that tendency of going out. But within your home, people understand your environment better.
Correct.
So that element of just asking somebody, what is your opinion on this? I know. I've attempted quite a number of businesses, including businesses that may not have been my push. I had a beautiful cosmetic shop. And you say...
Cosmetic. Interesting.
Yes, it was based here in the free area. It could not work because I think my perspective toward it is very different from my wife's perspective.
Yeah, sure.
So it is important, like you have said, to seek opinion and allow everybody's opinion to be considered. Let it have an impact. Could sit down and consider and agree as a team. That way it becomes easier for the head of the house,
Because now you act like the overseer. So our wamekuja na opinions, then zikusaidie ku navigate and understand. Now we pick this one because of this, and now we act as a team to play the game well.
It's true.
Interesting.
It's true.
Interesting. So any other practical way to submit?
The other practical way of submission, and I think we have said that, is that either parties working on of course, there is a part of the character. Pride. That's something that...
It's a big word.
In a family setup, there's a possibility of the head taking up everything and moving towards being proud and saying, this has to be done my way. And even if you are corrected, you don't take it as correction. You take it as a almost bordering. Why should you reprimand?
How dare you?
Yes.
There's a how dare you?
Yes.
You talk when I'm talking.
It's the thing.
Don't you know who I am?
So that's another area that I think practically, if you can tolerate, if you can avoid pride, if you can avoid appearing like, I know it's not very easy for many of us, know it all. If you can also avoid, be patient a little bit.
For you to say this, I really respect that. And I wish so many young people can listen to you when you say that. Avoid the know it all. Because I think pia chenye inafanya tupitane sana in the marriage and the submission issue is because you feel like you're here and then kuna wengine.
Yes. 2 levels,
Eh.
the up and the lower.
Hao wengine kuna hao wengine
Yes.
but you
Yes.
uko na a certain caliber pedestal that you put yourself
Yeah.
that we can't match completely. Yet you see, that's not what Christ did.
It is not.
It's not the same thing Christ did.
It is not. Because each one of us has its strong areas.
Yeah.
Each one of us have their own giftings. And you need to make use of that at the farm, at the household level, at the home level. You need to make use of that. And if you really respecting the giftings and the abilities of others, you always give them time to express themselves. You not be in a hurry. Because I've learned, and that used not to be in me. I'll really cut off when people are making all their opinions. I'll come in and interject and try to direct everybody towards what I already made a decision on. And that way, always, it will not work well for the family. So patience. And something that I've also learned is that even if I realize that this is an area that I really don't agree, and especially with my children, I don't give my opinion right away.
Interesting. So what do you do?
I'll prefer to sleep over it.
And then you have the sitting again.
Yes, even if every
the following day.
Daddy, you have not told us what you are. Daddy, you have not told us your opinion. Daddy, you have not decided. I say, okay, give me time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
I do it because I know sometimes immediate reactions are based on the emotions. Yes.
Mi ni nani? Nikukumbusha watu we ni nani?
Yes. And they can also push you now so that they because they want an immediate answers. They are also working on your emotions also. Because they really want to them Daddy can he has the stamina to hold, but internally you are not you're not a superhuman. So the best thing is call it off or engage. Sometimes I know we engage on other things, side things that will create a better environment. Let people even start joking and all that. Then quietly move and say, I'm going to do one or two things so that you leave them. By the time you're coming back, they'll realize that the decisions that sometimes are slept over are more viable and accommodating than immediate decisions.
And also because now the emotions have been checked and you're no longer working from feelings.
Yes.
You're working from facts. The whatever that needed to be put across can be put and clearly be understood.
Yes.
Because I think submission becomes a problem when the party that is asking for submission is not clear on akwambia twende right lakini kwanza twende left. So where are we going first?
You can imagine maybe you're having a sit down, for example, with my two sons, my daughter, and my wife there. And you realize that almost every one of us has a different opinion.
Yeah.
So making a decision when you have almost 4 different opinions at that point may not be very easy. So the best thing is try and see whether people can even form caucuses. Let them engage, let them talk, agree. I know sometimes you even go to an extent of saying, me and I'm on the side of Daddy.
Shanza kuwa na opposition.
So you allow that. It's healthy, but avoid making decisions based on the emotions or the situation that have just come up on the way right there.
Do you think some men desire submission without providing safety, love, or leadership?
Some men require submission.
Do you think some men they desire submission without providing safety, love, or the leadership? Do you think there are men who just want to be submitted to, but they're not having the safety, they're not willing to give?
They're not taking up their responsibilities.
Exactly.
Like you have said, and I think we have It has come from me. It has come from me.
Mm-hmm.
That submission has everything to do with providing leadership,
Mm-hmm.
because people has to submit to your authority. People has to admit to your suggestions, your opinions, your leadership, the way you do things. People want to submit to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it and saying, if we are, and sorry to use that one, if you are irresponsible,
Wait.
then do you still expect submission?
A question.
Yes. I think it will be what we are calling falsified or forced.
And
submission.
so there's a likelihood
Yes.
for you to misuse the other person,
Yes.
right?
Yes, for sure. Because there's a word that we used, and I think it came from you, that submission is something that comes deep from within you. It's an intentional thing. It's a willingness. It's something that you have made within yourself, that I have to submit to this authority.
Yes.
And even, for example, you look even in Christian life, even in churches, if you're not willing, if you have not made it a decision within you that I have to submit to the authority in the church, it becomes very difficult even to benefit from the church. If you do not honor and respect and submit to the authority in the church, even if there are so many good sermons that come your way, you may not be benefit. So the same way, if you are not responsible, because that is the basic responsibility that be given to men, that you are in charge of provision in your house, in your household. You should also be providing the safety. If there is some noise outside your door, and you don't want to step out as a man, you are asking or you are calling a neighbor when you are still locked in your house. I don't think the children and even your wife be able to submit fully.
Are you telling your wife to go check what is
check on me? Can you open that door and check? I don't know whether good to give an example.
Yes, please.
Today I received a call at around, actually exactly 1:30.
Okay.
From a neighbor. And he told me that there are some people who are stealing my chicken. That's at 1:30. When I heard that, I know I woke up. Once I went to the upstairs so that I can be able to see whether the chicken house is
tampered with.
Yes. 1:30 at night. Then I heard some noise, like it's a dog that is dragging the chicken. So I realized, I thought, these cannot be thieves. So I dressed up very quickly and I walked out. And my daughter happens to be around. She stays in Nairobi, followed me, but she never went out beyond the maid door. Alibaki kwa nyumba na mamake alibaki juu amejifungia kitu. So I went out only to find our young man who stays with us. He's already outdoors. So it was not thieves, but one of our dogs decided to become Basakanity. Actually, to kill 4 of our chicken.
Wow. If
I did not step out, the young man would have been discouraged because he was very happy when he saw me out. And even when I called the neighbor and I've checked around, he felt that is what it means to be in charge of safety of your people.
Someone that was taking their work well.
Yes. So if you're not providing safety, if you're not in charge of safety of your people, if you're not maybe, not fully you, but if you're not in charge of ensuring that your family is provided for, if your children encounter difficult things and your wife encounter difficult things, if you're not there to provide the right forum for them to recover and all that, if you're not there for the even emotional support, because sometimes you find that even your wife may receive a call from your relative, something bad has happened. If you just reason and walk away, then you're not even providing that proper leadership you're talking about. You need to be there, give them time, let them cry, or give them a shoulder to cry on. That is offering total leadership.
Because that's
From
what it's
physical
being called
all
to
the way
do.
to spiritual to emotional. That's how you may also receive submission if you're able to provide that. If you're not doing it, then also don't expect it unless you want it by force, which will not come.
Usipewe submission. If you're not
Yeah.
if you're not doing your part,
Yes.
you should not be served some good chapatis
It
and
is
you
true.
don't know how to.
It's true. It may not be the right way to do it, but do not expect any service, any thing that will also glorify, give gladness to your heart.
Mhm.
If you are also not doing, you are not cultivating for it.
Basically, do not expect any output without your input
Yes,
anywhere.
yes.
Correct.
Yes, I think it's a philosophy. It's a cardinal rule.
Yeah.
You'll harvest what you.
Yes.
what you
What you plant is
Yes,
what you're going to get
harvest.
at the end of the
Yes.
day.
So if you want to have it easy submission, total, ensure that you also do the thing that you're expected to do and do it right.
Play your role
Play your role
and do it
without
correctly.
excuses.
Now, I'm going to deviate from the real topic and ask, do we have forums that we can teach people? Do you think today's society has given young men and young women a platform where they can talk about these things? The practical ways. No, you're telling us about leadership
Yes.
and what it entails. Do you think we have platform to tell our young men that unajua nini hapo unacheza na moto? You're not doing the right thing.
Yes.
Do we have that platform?
I think many fora or platforms have been created.
Okay.
But I think we need to move a little bit further and attach and ensure that, for example, if it is my children, if I'm not able to provide that leadership, ensure that at least they are linked or attached to a mentor. Because I think this generalized forum where we bring the young people, and for example, during weddings, there's a lot of good discussions, advice that comes from diverse, all the way from the church, the members of the family, to friends and all that. But I think I can assure you that one disappears by the time they are in a knockout. So where you can have, for example, I've made it my arrangement that if I go to Nairobi, I'll go into a B&B and I'll bring my children to that. I know they have their homes, but we come there. That's not my house, neither is it their house.
Yeah, sure.
So hapo you engage like you are equals. That way you'll be able to, someone will ask you a question that freely they will not be able to ask you when you're engaging in the house. That freedom. So I think we intentionally need to create a forum where people can, but I think I've seen it here, where people can freely raise issues that are specific to them. Okay. Generalization does sometimes does not benefit. Okay. Because my in-laws are not your in-laws. Isn't it? My friend are not your friends. They are friends that are maybe genuine, others are not genuine. So one needs to come out clear and say, I have this experience. How do I handle that as an individual? So I think that element of having a space where, but especially people who intend to marry or young and married people where they can be able to raise issues specifically to people who are also willing to give them practical ways of solving these problems.
Correct.
Practice. I think that's what we're missing now.
That's what we're missing. Yeah. So we're going to take a short commercial break, and when we're back, we'll dive deeper into the submission. See you shortly. what are some of the things, what are the informed decisions that you're making that's making you be so difficult to submit to your husband, as the Bible has called us to? But let's look at it from, you told us that it is intentional. Submission is intentional. And I agree with you 100%. But you again went and ukaifananisha na the Christ-like. When he was submitting. How can we, in our marriage, practically show love in a sacrificial way? Is it I'll take a bullet for you, as the young people are saying it today? How does it look like, the sacrificial love? How does it look like in a marriage setup?
Yeah. I think when you talk about the sacrificial love, for sure, I know we want to look at it the way our Lord Jesus Christ gave it to us. Sacrificial.
Yes, he died on the cross for us.
He died on the cross for us. And now that and you have said it, he died on the cross, then it means he paid a very high cost.
Correct.
Yes. Something a cost that, or an activity that costed his own life. So any sacrificial love we are talking about now in terms of marriage that has no cost may not be sacrificial. There is no cost attached to it. If you really love me, whether it's my wife, I must see something that is really costing her coming towards my direction. If I really love my wife, there must be something that is really costing me going towards her direction. You cannot just tell me that I love you, and yet the shoe that I had in January, now it's in July, and it's almost something it has to cost you. Either cost you in terms of resources, in terms of time, in terms of money, finances, or even in terms of time that you spend with me. So sacrificial love to me is a love that it's not based on what I did yesterday or I did not do. It's unconditional. Just love me the way I am. Then, like I've said, let it be proven by actions that clearly indicate that I'm being loved. Then
it's an honest love.
Honest love. Then I think it should not be based on situations and environments. And now that today it is too rainy, it will be different from tomorrow. It will be sunny.
Oh, it's being withheld because of the seasons.
Yes, seasons.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, it is boundaries in terms of seasons and terms of times from the both of you, and you must also be prepared to spend quality time with each other. And I think finally, and I think to me this is very important, and I think these have been raised many times, even in my own situation. Love that is not communicated remains closed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Say it again, kindly.
Love that is not communicated and decently communicated, it remains closed.
Kwa hivyo hii maneno ya kusema ati si unajua nakupenda na sijai kuambia otherwise.
Yes. Si unajua hata sinikunulia dress hiyo nimetosha.
That is not.
It's like you bought that one so that the one is supposed to
interpret
put everything else
as
from there. So it has to be communicated. And like I said, communicated in a manner that will leave no room for doubts.
Wow.
Because you can also express it, you can also communicate it. And one can very clearly tell that one is coming from the hand. And love should not come from
Your head.
It should come from the heart.
Your heart.
Yes. So the way you communicate it, the way you handle it, the way you, because I think that the practicability bit of it is important. You see, there are people, even standing up to greet your wife. And some people find it very difficult. Very difficult. So it's always a handshake when you are seated. It's always like the emperor.
That needs to be bowed down to.
Yes.
I'm going to give.
Yes. Yeah. So, but there are things, small things that you can do. Even when, because for example, I know it may not be applicable to everybody, but when you are moving out of your house, and you have your children in the compound, they are there, and your wife is there, and you just walk out of the house. If you are driving, if you go abreast with your car, you walk all the way to where your car is and you drive out. I think that should ring a bell.
Yeah, it communicates
and then you are
a lot.
carrying your bag, your computer, your whatever, your coffee cup and all that. Those things are even following. And nobody is escorting, nobody ensures that.
And nobody is even caring to ask.
Yes. The other one tells you that there is no sacrificial love. If my wife enters the house, if she's coming from nowhere, from somewhere, I don't know. Maybe I also enter the house and I'm coming from somewhere. And everybody is glued on the TV. And nobody even says, please come in and welcome. That one tells you.
It's communicating.
Yes. It's not sacrificial.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not sacrificial. So, and it is something that we can, it's very easy to copy Christ. Very easy. Yeah. And especially to your own family. It's very easy. We may talk of complexities when you step out beyond those boundaries, but to your family, it's very easy. In fact, I always say, copying Christ, to be Christ-like, and the household at your family level is an easy task. You only need to be committed. You only need to move out and practice.
Do you think the communication hinders proper submission?
Communication. It's a proper submission.
Do you think it hinders? Lack of communication hinders proper submission?
It's true. Yeah, communication. And that's why I've said how you communicate.
Communicate it clearly.
Yes, clearly. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he was telling me that he was reminding me of something that happened about 20 years ago. And this, we were supposed to do something. But he could not, he was willing to do it, but he was saying, I will do it despite whatever happened 20 years ago. You see, that one tells you that it has never been properly communicated.
Addressed.
Yes, for those 20 years. And you see, I was even telling that friend that if you have been holding it for 20 years, I doubt whether it is the other person who is suffering or you. Because it's most likely it is you.
Yeah,
Pengine yule alisaha.
Hata labda ilimtoka. The same 20, hiyo siku ya 20 ilipoanza ndio alikuwa ameisahau.
Yes.
But you've carried it for 20 years.
Yes, and you see, if many other good things have been happening, because that's what I deduced. Many other beautiful and good things have been happening between the two of them. Meaning, it may be just a question of getting the opportune time and communicate.
And seeing it the way it is.
Yeah, or decide to forget it. If you're able. You know, there's some people say, I totally forget it. If you forget it, you move on. So communication is important. And I think, like you have said, how do you communicate? Because you might also, like we said at the beginning, you might be communicating as a way of saying, let me just say it so that it gets out of me. No, that's not should be the way. Let me communicate so that it can address the underlying issues.
So that we can get to the bottom of
The
it.
bottom
And
of
complete it
it.
completely.
Yes. So I was hurt those many days, and I was hurt because of A, B, C. Let it be very clear to the other partner what really cost you that. Because sometimes we are pained for something that was also not intentional. I hold you like you've pained me, and yet deep inside you, it was not meant to be.
Probably even whatever I did
Yes.
didn't cross me in any way that I was hurting you.
Even when I remind you, you wonder, really? That's what I said, because
Because ilikutoka.
So I think,
Ilikutoka.
immediately. So communication, I think, and especially at the family level. And like I say, at the family level, but as far as I'm concerned, it is the entire family, because 40 years or 41 years with somebody, it's very clear. You can always, even before it comes out, you can always tell, this one I need to do it like this, and it changes immediately. But then you need to bring on board even your own children, because you cannot forget it. They are part of you.
They're part of
and they can also be a source of discommunication or miscommunication.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and because they are bad, these are your children. They will come. If you are not very careful at our age, for example, right now, that's where they start separating the two of you.
Yeah.
This one goes this direction, and the other is that.
Oh no, mami, ni wa daddy.
Yes. So, nasikia tumekaribisha daddy kwetu, mama amgoje tu nyumbani. Oh, mama ameenda, wamebaki nyumbani.
Zabaki akipambana na sufuria zake.
Yes. So we need to handle that early now and ensure that the entire family, because you may be working very hard to ensure that you live a very smooth, cordial relationship with your spouse. Working hard and ensuring it is working. And you do everything possible. And sometimes it becomes so good, but then without bring on board those people who also really matter to you, then they can also be a cause of disconnect.
Correct.
So you need to bring the entire family on board. But you don't have to go beyond that. That's what my own experience. Beyond your children, even, of course, it's also not in every aspect. Outside that boundary of your children, don't
hold it back.
Yes, hold it back.
Hold it back. Before we even think of concluding, you've really spoken to between the submission between the wife and also the element of adding the children into it. My biggest question would be, how can a husband make it easier? As a leader, how can he make it easier for the lady to trust his leadership? And I'm not talking about finances here. I'm talking about the household.
Yes.
How can he make it easier for the lady to submit to and trust that, my husband is leading me and not leading me astray?
Recognition is a very important thing in life.
Okay.
If I openly recognize you as my wife, and give you space, because I think if one is not given space to be who you are, I think that one you'll never be able to fully feel that the trust may not be the way you intended to be. Recognition, and regardless of the environment and the situation, that confidence. If you give confidence to your wife, to your husband, that nothing will come in between us. Whether, like you're saying, whether it's finances or sickness and diseases, that area, if you give confidence that area and always recognize one as you are only an only partner, that one gives you good enough room to trust in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's, of course, life is not smooth.
True.
challenges and issues
they'll
always
come.
they always come.
And they
And that's
will
why,
come.
yes, and that's why we are told life is in form of seasons and times. There are seasons of sickness,
Yeah.
seasons of good health, and especially during the sickness of seasons of challenges, sickness, when one is maybe emotionally drained and all that. If you fully come, that's the time when you are really seen to be really standing next to me, that one creates a lot of trust.
Trust.
You're calling it trusting?
Trust in leadership.
In leadership.
Like you're trusting his leadership.
Yes.
You know, we've had ladies who are, to put it an example, they'll be given an information, but they'll question the information.
Yes.
Because for one way or another, they feel like, huyo nikaa hajui nini anasema.
Yes.
And again, not to generalize,
Yeah.
pardon me if it feels so, but we ladies really like questioning. Like, si chukua hii pesa, fanya kitu fulani, and then I'll ask you, really? Uko sure hiyo kitu
Yeah.
you know, the questioning.
Yes.
So
yes.
how can you train your wife to trust your leadership?
One, like I said, if you want to be trusted, if you want your leadership to be trusted,
Correct.
like we agreed, work on your character first.
Kuna vile unaweza danganya dada nyarga pepe alafu ni kuamini.
Yes, it's true. Yes, work on your character.
Sure.
That one alone will help you a lot in terms of being trusted. Then let your yes, for this part of the character, be a yes. And ensure that you don't leave a loom of suspicion, because I think, yeah, and where you think because of maybe of an encounter, there is that element of suspicion coming up, address it. Don't leave it to solve itself out. Address it and let the facts be very clear.
Be clear.
Yes. Where facts are not very clear, then I think maybe the intention was also not very good. It would be very easy to say I was going to the market, but then something happened. And, I end up here. There are things that will very clear indicate you are going to the market, isn't it? If the other things that are observable indicate that you are going towards Gilgil and you're found to moving towards Bukia, then I think that one creates an element of.
Hatutasema utapita ile barabara ingine.
Yes. So even if you try to argue that there was a lorry somewhere in Barana, it may not work very well, because
it may leave
the
a
best
room
would
for
have
questioning.
been to come back to Nakuru.
Okay.
Then maybe plan. But to Bukia through Nyahuru to Gilgil, it may not work. It may not very easily.
Yes.
So let's not leave rooms for suspicion because of maybe our characters that are not very properly structured and defined.
So you're calling people, men, to be precise, to be truthful, number one.
Yes.
And also to be clear, to be assertive with their yes and their no's.
Yes.
Because I think also kuna no zenye zinakaga a bit shaky.
Yeah.
You're saying no, but if I twist your hand kidogo, you'll say yes.
No. Yes, it's true. Be a mirror. One needs to see you through. Yeah. Clearly that what he says is what he meant, and that's what he does. And that one clearly will make you to be trusted very, very easily. So it's a question of being faithful, it's a question of being truthful, it's a question of recognition of the other person and accepting the way they are, it's a question of giving them their space, and it's also a question of doing the right thing at the right time.
Correct.
Yeah.
41 years of nuggets. Kindly. There's a viewer that is looking at you and wondering, as a young man, Aji, so how do I get a submissive woman? How do I get myself to get into a part of leadership? What can you tell them?
I would say that in this life, everything is available, but the final product is you who decides how to come up with it.
Okay.
You have to be very deliberate in terms of putting the right systems and structures in place as early as possible to have a product that will bring joy to your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a question of hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Hope is good. And even the Bible tells us everything you remain, hope and faith and love. But the greatest is
love.
3 things you remain, isn't it? But the greatest is love. You can hope to have a good marriage, but you have to practice, you have to put certain actions in place to ensure that you create the product that you want. All of us, even at my age, there are still areas that needs to be adjusted. Ensure that you adjust and just are enough to ensure that your life and the marriage life for that matter becomes successful. It's not a question of coping, it's a question of sitting together and understanding your own issues and addressing them. Competition is one of the things that we need to avoid.
Okay.
Competing between couples or spouses.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of us have their own space.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give each other space. No competition, no pride. Even if you succeed in one area, do not be proud about that area.
Mm-hmm.
Support your partner also to succeed. That way you live a life that will be Christ-like and a life that is fulfilling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But you've spoken about the men. Is there anything, maybe one or two, that you feel the ladies must do also that is they are not doing to become submissive?
I think when I talked about competition, that's another area. I think that one was more
on the ladies.
More of the ladies.
Yeah,
because, that many of us, majority of the ladies, want to compete with men.
Okay.
And they want to borrow what they have seen working in another setup. I think this is meant for the ladies. Yours is unique.
Okay.
Do not compete. Accept whoever came to your life, work on that one because there's still room for improvement.
There's still room for improvement.
Yes. And submission. Like we have said, submission is not having it's not having somebody commanding you or overruling you in whatever decision that you make. It's a question of respect and honor. So if you respect your spouse or your husband, you'll also respect you, and submission will be very easy. And like I've said, it's a do-away, it's mature. First submit, then you also receive submission.
Correct.
Right.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
We are really glad to hear you, and we are blessed to have you. And if given another opportunity, we would love to dive deeper into the nuggets of wisdom. But for tonight, that was it in Marriage Unscripted by me, Wairimu Gashoya. And until next time, good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Truth TV, empowering you.